So you have a best of 11 lower bracket quarterfinals between Luke, Sansom, S4, top left. And we've got Netflix top right, Steve bottom right, and JEEN bottom left. So it's gonna be a corners game here. I will try to get things going. A bit of lag coming through. This was pretty last minute. And there's a lot of shit going on right now, so we are trying to get this going. Top left, Luke S4. I will be referring to him as Sand to make it a little bit easier. Top right, Netflix. Bottom left, JEEN, and bottom right is Steve. So Luke S4, Sand. Sandstorm, the only allied player. He is a very true allied player. No one else plays allied quite often as him. So Netflix already saying going 0. There's a bit of lag. This is spiking though, so not that bad. So Netflix, sorry, Steve, not building his refinery next to the gems, not sure why. So Netflix and JEEN both saying to go 0. Everyone else is on gems except for Steve. There's a 0 coming out here. This might be pretty hard for Steve.
Beacon detected.
It's this Wednesday, 9:30 AM GMT. So down goes that first round from Steve. JEEN now applying the pressure onto Steve. Netflix seems to be applying pressure down to bottom right as well, so it is going to be a double onto Steve here. Yeah, edit com. Okay, thank you very much, Simon. I didn't know the edit com was a real thing. So the double up on Steve not happening right now. Luke is trying to pressure down in top right, so that's a good thing that he needs to do. Steve now needs to hold on here. The miner not going on gems is a huge issue for him. His old miner, the last miner goes down. So that's gonna be hard for him to rebuild. He does not have enough money to rebuild, so he's gonna have to sell here. Luke now putting on pressure onto top right. Netflix seems to be going down here. His only war factory is gonna go down.
Our ally is
JEEN is gonna pressure onto top left now, as he should, but might be a little bit too late here. Maybe he should have ducked out when Steve was surely down and out. JEEN now really nice. The engineer fixing the MCP. Oh, that is absolutely clutch from Netflix. JEEN also building a couple of flag and power down in top right as well. That is absolutely clutch there from Netflix. Getting on an engineer to fully repair his MCB so he doesn't lose it, and he manages to rebuild his war factory as well. It's now all down to S4 here. Sandstorm down in top left. JEEN still keeping under pressure here. Steve finally getting a miner on the jazz. Maybe not, he's not microing them. JEEN does out tank Steve by quite a bit. Luke is gonna push his Pedra all the way down to his bottom left, sorry. It looks like Luke Sandstorm does have a hold on to top right. Steve will now just have to hold here. I think Luke should change his target onto bottom left whenever he can. That power drop is there. JEEN still on a low kind of minus of 3 minus. Okay, he does rebuild a couple of his miners, but Steve is about to lose here. The power drop down in bottom left gets run over. That is good awareness there from Netflix and JEEN. Netflix now rebuild his war factory, so Steve there getting doubled right at the start and not managing to hold on. His first miner wasn't on gems either. I'm not too sure what that was about. Definitely a mistake or an oversight there, or maybe he had something else, but I'm not too sure on that. But that was definitely not the vibes. Luke now pulling back. He was the sole carrier of this team, trying to play around what was happening. He was forced to adapt. Pressing onto Netflix and then going down to JEEN just to give Steve some time, but it didn't really work out for him. JEEN can now go back to top left and finish off Luke once and for all. Can Sandstorm hold on? He should be able to. Drone, a couple drones coming in. The only the good thing for him is that Netflix's eco isn't that great, so he does have some time to buy here. His eco is way better compared to both JEEN and Netflix's. Yeah, Netflix is only getting his 4-point right now, but his eco is down in the dirt. He does have a couple drones to keep out the pressure, though. The Rockies are great, and 2 of the drones go down. So I would actually pressure top right here, but JEEN is JEEN will definitely pressure back. There you go. Netflix now has a hold on his eco, getting some rhinos out.
Our ally is under attack.
Then come that engagement. It goes for the miner, dies for it. He's gonna suicide for it. I don't think Luke is gonna win. The elite rhino comes out. The elite Rocky is there as well, but there is 1 flag available. And Sandstorm not losing both of his Rockies while trying to defend top right at the same time. It's a 2v1 here for Luke. He seems to be doing really well. The push from Netflix's army goes down. JEEN now coming back in. It looks like Luke is just now on the defensive. He's not able to branch off and do anything on his own, really. The power drop is still walking in.
Our ally is under attack.
And the elite Rocky can definitely do a lot of damage here. His micro is gonna be tested here. JEEN, I'd say he should keep out the pressure. But I think they might just play this slow. They do have the numbers advantage. But the eco from Luke is not doing great. He did move his MCV for that last gold patch here, but Sandstorm making a push onto Netflix. He out-tanks him. He definitely out-tanks him. We can swarm him here. Netflix now pushing onto top right as well. That's good timing there. And JEEN manages to escape from the Grizzlies. Netflix now coming in from top right. Luke is up to lab. I don't think the lab was a good choice. He might have been better sticking to Grizzlies. In comes Rhinos now. He does save his war factory. Grizzlies coming in, catching Netflix off guard. He does have the numbers advantage, so he can push them back. But look at the amount of Rhinos Netflix has remaining, ready to go. Rocketeers once again being a menace. But Luke, Sandstorm's actually holding really well. Absolutely amazingly against in this 2v1 here. Nexus Eco is shot to all bits. I don't know whether he can hold this out. Sorry, JEEN's Eco, I mean. He's been constantly hitting 0 the past couple times. In comes Luke. He can take that fight. The father out of position, but he has to be careful here. The father is out of position. He's now out tagged. He has to be careful. It's gonna go in. That was a suicide.
Player defeated.
And there you go. Down he goes.
Player defeated.
The only plan there in the 2v1 was to kill one of them as soon as he could and then move on to the other guy, but unfortunately couldn't stand for that long. So down he goes. First point goes to JEEN and Netflix. Alright, Heck freezes under, over. Wax on, wax off. Top left Netflix, top right Steve. Bottom left Sandstorm, bottom right JEEN. So corners again. So my comms have been switched now to Monster and Sandstorm. sublit fam, dude, homie. My roots. The same faction, so no switching so far. I'm assuming JEEN and Netflix are gonna go 0 once again. No engineers this time from JEEN, unless he switches to Ally, then we might see an engineer. There you go, that's the air. So Luke is definitely gonna go air here. I think they are on voice.
Beacon detected.
There's a beacon that JEEN is moving with MTV. Yep. Luke is gonna go air, pressure up onto top left now. Steve, he's gonna go 0 and pressure down to top left as well. Miner gets saved as well. So Flak is already out. And the drone from Steve goes on to top left. That's good. Netflix are in trouble. He's still making some rhinos here. JEEN now pressuring onto bottom left as he should.
Our ally is under attack.
Luke trying to hold on here, trying to micro his miners away to save him. He's gonna have to pull back here or go all the way down to bottom right. He's gonna ult the war factory here, JEEN. The refinery, and down it goes.
Our
He's
ally
not
is
coming
under
out.
attack.
There's one flag available from JEEN, but Steve needs to do something here. He's still pressing onto bottom, top left Netflix. I think he should be pressing down to bottom right now. Netflix is at a disadvantage. He is slow, so he's gonna have to save his teammate somehow here. And see if he gets sold from Luke. He needs to save that barrack so he can still be useful. Pedro comes down to bottom right as well. Takes care of the flag. Now the Rockies are free onto the middle. The last production building goes down for Luke. I don't have a prediction up for this one. So Steve now pressing onto JEEN. Netflix, after getting hit early on, does not have an eco to sustain, or he is at a disadvantage here. MTV gets sold. MTV from JEEN goes down, and JEEN will go down as well in his war factory. So Steve performing really well there, changing up his direction there after pressing up onto Netflix. Really well. And JEEN actually did a really good job as well. He went down to bottom left immediately after Netflix was getting pushed. Oh, that one rhino from Netflix now taking care of the refinery. Pedro goes out to top right to defend. Luke obviously has no production building, so it's down to Steve. But he does have an AFC, so he does have a paradrop and a couple Rocketeers. But Netflix is now broke, so Luke was gonna have to take out a war factory, and I think Steve just needs to hold. Once that war factory is out, she'll be able to get rid of it. There you go. It goes down. The flag is still there. It's gonna have to run away. Now they can play the long game. Steve obviously has a much better eco, much better production. Can build another war factory. There should be Luke and Steve's game, Luke and Tensom's game to go on with. If this goes to 1-1, I'll start a prediction. All Steve needs to do is not lose his fight against JEEN, and it should be good. Should be Gucci. But who knows? Shit might happen. Oh, good dodge.
Beacon detected.
Yeah, that's all left from. Yeah, he could mine for Steve actually. Or use that as fodder. Yeah, it is on. Oh yeah, he doesn't have any reps, so he can't mine for his teammate, can he? Yeah, true. And he could probably use that as fodder. I keep forgetting that, you know, that's dumb. Miners should be able to mine regardless of what they have.
Player defeated.
Whether you have a ref or not. There you go. Netflix finally goes down. So it's all down to JEEN. He is gonna gung ho all in. He did sell his war factory. So this is his last, absolute last push. See now, radar comes out for Steve. Sentry guns. And that power drop is there as well. This is impenetrable for Netflix, even with the minor fodder. Look at that, Steve just going defensive here. Sentry gun after sentry gun.
Our ally is under attack.
If I was Luke, I would just power drop down to bottom right. Yeah, there you go. Couple of GIs, power drops walking in. To get rid of JEEN while Steve holds here. Yep, there you go. Perfect from Steve. Now you can walk in and trance all over JEEN. 1-all in the best of 11. Let's top it up with Team B now, because they are gonna be voids. Right, let's go Dorado. So once we see an ally coming out from JEEN, I'm pretty sure an engineer will be coming out pretty soon. But Luke and Steve, really good teamwork. Actually, JEEN as well did really well. So they will be able to sort of swat it out if they need to. Top left Netflix, top right Steve, bottom left JEEN, bottom right is Sandstorm or Luke. So left is right on Dorado. These are some quick games here. We're seeing ready going into our third game in about 10 minutes. It's 10-15 minutes around there. We do have another one here. We are going to see the finals of the upper bracket at a nick between Matt and Solos, V-Dubs and Solos. So that will be immediately after this. Spiffing. Tradition is up, boys, so vote in whenever you can or whenever you want to. Muri, you can put in a command and we'll see whether your question is answered. Mako Woody Finals is a command. But is it not working? What? Oh, there's no S. Mako Woody Final. There's no S. Alright, drone gets into Steve. Luke goes for AFC after War Factory. And Netflix goes 1. Oh, he went 2. It's his first rep, so he went 2. Oh, Netflix gonna fall out there, the drone. Oh, God. God damn here. So Steve loses 1 minor. He did go 2. So that's a minor extra. 6 minus for bottom left and 4 for bottom right. So JEEN going heavy on minus there. Yep, Steve technically he is even on minus. He did make 1 extra, so he will be okay. And not the worst thing ever. He could be ahead on minor count. I think he went heavy minus like JEEN did. Which it didn't go too well. Power drop and walking here. Luke prepping for that walk. That's per usual. So JEEN already moved down to that second level. So does Sandstorm. The top team here has not moved down, as in the team that has played up top. There he goes. He's gonna move his MCV, obviously, because he I think he only plays some barriers down here. He should be able to play some War Factory. It is perfectly 45 degrees. He's gonna move his MCV anyway. Same for Netflix. So the fight down bottom is still ongoing here. Not really on just yet. They're just trouncing around. Seasonal can make a counter push. Unfortunately, Netflix does outtank him after getting that miner down. He's gonna go all the way down to bottom left. Netflix will have to deal with that. Oh, Steve is gonna put himself in a corner. What? That is horrible from Steve. Why would you go into that corner right there? And he's down to 2 rhinos. He has a bunch of drones now. He's gonna try and split down to go top around top left though. And Luke is gonna send his rockets onto top left as well. There you go, miners, all 3 of them. All 3 miners has to get drone here. But on the back end of that, Luke does not have that many rhinos left. Sorry, Steve doesn't have that many rhinos left. Luke is gonna go up against JEEN, who has 3 war factories here. So does Luke actually. He does have 3 war factories as well. Oh, it does look like JEEN's last miner is gonna go down. Sorry, Netflix's last miner does go down. He's gonna have to rebuild here. He has 1 miner left actually. The fight down bottom still ongoing. The flag is there. He's gonna have to be careful here, Luke. The Desos are now out to deal with that paradrop. See here, Steve putting on the pressure, bamboozling, going round and around. Desos does get deployed. It does go down. 2 flags remaining. JEEN and Luke are going at it here. Luke gonna change direction and go for the flag. That is smart play right there. But it does not work well for him. He is out-tanked. And his army does get squished and goes down. Along with that paradrop actually. That paradrop got hit with the Deso. Steve trying to make his way to his bottom left to pull JEEN back. And he does actually. He does buy Luke some time here. At the expense of his own units.
Our ally is under attack.
But he's gonna now split down to top left as well, trying to go in. Paradrop from Luke as well. Hopefully get a war factory out of the way. Gonna slow Netflix down a little bit here. JEEN, Luke still going at it. After getting pulled back there, JEEN does make a kind of push against Luke. Luke had an opportunity to push in there when Steve was in his face. I think he didn't want to risk it for a biscuit. So 1 war factory does get sold. Netflix had to rebuild his miners up now. So Luke sold his, moved his MCB down to bottom right. So you're gonna have to be careful here with the tank control. He is even on tanks with JEEN and Grizzlies against Rhinos. You don't wanna go into that kind of situation, but it does work out well for Luke. Elite Grizzly comes out. So he does win that fight. But JEEN does have a couple of units in base along with 3 war factories ready to go. His miners are mining dead though, however. He went very heavy miners there. And Steve just holding up against Netflix now. Netflix has had the upper hand throughout the entire time. But Luke still... Luke is, sorry, he did still... Yeah, Netflix had an advantage over Steve the entire time, but Steve did manage to do a couple good pushes, and Netflix is gonna join in the fight down to bottom right. That gives Stevenson an opportunity here to go up. Drones get spammed out immediately from Netflix. Luke still needs to take out that 2 war factories there, or he needs to pressure down to top left, bottom left. JEEN, where is his units? I don't see them. Is he gonna? Oh, he's gonna try to deal with Steve now. So Luke cannot make a push. Luke, amazing tank control. Bunch of drones here from JEEN. Gonna take care of Steve's remaining units here. And Steve now has a couple of drones as well. He might just need to send them down to bottom. It's now gone crossways here. MCB got sold from Netflix. Miners are getting hit using as fodder. The 2 war factories, I'm not sure why Steve didn't go for the war factories. And now JEEN can make his play towards bottom right. Steve setting his miners desperately. Netflix does have a war factory down bottom left as well. So going off here, but I think JEEN and Netflix does have the advantage. No war factories left for Luke. Luke is setting these miners, but he needs to hit his war factories to get the drones out of the way. He does still have a refinery down top right, but no MCV. Oh, he does still have an MCV bottom right. So Steve just pushes away JEEN there. And Luke's units does get drowned, including the elite. So JEEN will pull back here. I think all of Luke's army will go down. Luke does have an AFC top right, so he will be able to rebuild along that warfare MCV there. Netflix now broke. Only one miner remaining. So damage was done there. Damage was absolutely done. Steve cannot come in. He does have the units there, but JEEN does have the money for drones. He's gonna have to be careful there. Go for the miners. The miners are the only play here. If he goes, there's too many war factories to go for the drones. So he's gonna go for the miners. So 2 miners down, 1 remaining. 2 remaining, sorry. If you can get both of them and die for it. Could be onto something here. Last miner. It's gonna go. No.
Our ally is under attack.
Survives. But in comes Luke now. And Luke does rebuild his war factory as well. So he's gonna pressure out onto top left. We're trying to get JEEN out of the way. And Netflix, sorry, out of the way. There you go. Last miner from Netflix goes down. They can move down to bottom left now. Get rid of JEEN once and for all. Whew, what a game here, boys. What a game. Lab now coming up from Luke. And Netflix gonna quit out. Not gonna hold on any longer. He does not have any miners nor production for it. And JEEN calls GG as well. Next. What a play there from Luke and Steve. Amazing. So Steve was down throughout the entire time. He was down and out, dude. But that was an amazing comeback. Right, now it's better. So Netflix is gonna swap 2 allies here. I would expect JEEN to go allies actually. Or maybe JEEN is a better soul player. So they'll back on the better soul instead of the better allied player. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Some say right side advantage. Allies don't have drones. Allies do have engineers and IVs though. Boots. So that is something. And JEEN is actually going Soviet, so I don't think he will engineer. And Netflix is going allied. So I think Luke will probably go air here. He will have the double para along with Netflix as well. There you go, that's the air from Netflix. And Luke is gonna go War Factory, okay. So a bit of a different play here. JEEN gonna move his MCV immediately after War Factory. Luke is gonna go War Factory. And Netflix is gonna go air. So does JEEN go 0 here to support him? Or does he not? So JEEN does not go, he goes 1 miner here. He goes 2 miners actually. And the early air push is not doing well. Destroyer is now coming up to take that oil from Netflix. I think it, I don't think it will get scouted though. That oil being down is going to be huge for them. Not that huge for Luke. He does build his para. He does build by his para drop. Now the oil gets hit. He will scout that naval now. I don't think he will be able to save that. Just let it die, honestly. Yep, there you go. and get some mid control. So pressure from Netflix going in as well. The ping from JEEN there to go over to the other oil, and I think Steve is preparing for it. I hope Steve does prepare for it. He does not. He goes back to middle. But Netflix now massing up a huge number of Rocketeers. Oil from Steve is gonna go down. They're gonna double up on Netflix here. He does have a defensive setup here. Ready to go. No paratrops on the cliff so far. Out comes the naval from JEEN as well. He does have that lab. He did rush up to the lab. And the oil does indeed go down. Oh my, double naval, double lab here from JEEN and Netflix. It's a huge gamble. Let's see whether it works out. But they do have map control now, Steve. He does have the middle gems. He will be ahead on eco. And those two Desos going in there will just swat them out and prevent them from going into JEEN's base. Out comes the Dreadnought. That's gonna be huge here. Netflix is gonna take out that war factory. Steve's gonna go in and take care of the Desos. Steve now with no war factory. And the middle rev does go down as well. IC does get sold. Both Luke and Steve going down all the way to the bottom left here. Gonna check out the war factory. No flak at all. The flags are being used to deal with that dread. Bit laggy here. I see now coming up from Steve. Dolphins from Netflix go all the way down the right, but there's no naval at all. But they are gonna try to deny that naval. Gonna get a dread going along the bottom. Doesn't go anywhere. Luke can definitely put his Rockies on it though. But the Rockies from Netflix are going and hitting Luke. That IC is a real target here. JEEN's IC is ready in 4 minutes. He does rebuild it, but Steve's IC is gonna be ready a lot quicker and a lot earlier. Drop from Netflix, gonna go for that IT. The dogs are there though. And that dread trying to hit the war factory is down, and he will save it. He does. He absolutely does save it. Luke and Sidnok can go back on the counter. They do have mid control. They do have a ton of units. And I don't think JEEN and Netflix will commit to another dread or an aircraft carrier here. Oh, never mind. I stand incorrected. They do commit to another one. The war factory gonna go down again. Absolutely devastating here. I'm not sure why Luke or Steve didn't commit to naval. A squid here will be nice. He does have dolphins though. I think that might be why they didn't want to commit to it. But it's just another thing to worry about. I'm gonna push in on top right there, top left. Luke and Steve, JEEN, Netflix, gonna go on the defensive here. It looks like they do have a plan. IC gets popped. Their clear plan is to let the dreads and aircraft carriers now from Netflix do the work. Steve IC's unit is gonna go in there, but it feels like a suicide. IC gets popped from JEEN as a counter. Luke's IC didn't do anything much. Tanya from and the Tanya goes down. So the dread and aircraft carriers got the clear offensive ways, offensive units here, and then they use their rhinos just to play defense. That was really smart. An amazing play there from JEEN and Netflix. 2-all. I think dread's a lot better than aircraft carriers. So. But if I'm not wrong, the aircraft carrier is a lot slower. Anyways, Kevin's here. JEEN top left, Steve top right. Netflix bottom right, and Steve bottom left, sorry. So left is right. So the last game, JEEN and Netflix clearly had a plan of what they wanted to do. They set in base with their units, their rhinos, their grizzlies, their paradrops, while they used the naval superiority to get rid of the other ones. How many naval maps in QM? I think like 2. I don't remember, but definitely not a lot. Connie's coming out here from Netflix. I'm not sure whether that's to push in for rush, or is that just to deal with the drone that might come in down bottom left. It definitely looks like a rush. That's way too many to deal with a drone. So if Luke goes air immediately, which he does not. Oh yeah, definitely. Yep. Look at this from Netflix. Is going all in here. It should get scouted. And Luke is gonna try to squish that whenever he can. X button does get used, so half of the coin doesn't get switched along with a couple of dogs.
Beacon detected.
So that's like $1,000 immediately wasted from Netflix. So JEEN pings that immediately. I'm probably saying what the fuck is happening. So AFC goes down top right. I'm not sure what Netflix's plan was up there. He is down to 1 miner now, and he is out tank. So it is. Not too sure. So Steve is gonna split and go all the way down to bottom left to get a war factory out from Netflix. JEEN realistically should meet him here, or he can pressure down top right. He is gonna meet Netflix in his own base. The tank control that is not there from JEEN. And Luke gonna hit the MCV. And down goes Netflix MCV. Does have an engineer there. And the tank control on the right side from both JEEN and Steve are even. So they will trade off there. Steve getting the upper hand. What was that MCV push there? I'm not too sure what that was. If someone can explain that to me. I probably wanted to rush in with this MCV. I don't know, get some sentry guns out with the Connies, but like 2 dogs were more than enough to deal with everything there. I think the sentry gun didn't manage to get the dogs there. I think he targeted on the grizzlies instead. Oh, drone gets into bottom left, so that's the miner gone now. Netflix will have to rebuild this miner. Steve up against JEEN. Steve does out tank JEEN quite a bit. MCV gets sold from Luke. So it is a lot all in here. Netflix is here. JEEN is here as well. It's a double onto bottom right. Steve meanwhile making a lot of moves happening. He's gonna get the miner down. But Luke in a 2v1 here down in bottom. He does not have any units left. The drone is there from Steve though to help him. The rockets are being pulled back.
Our ally is under attack.
And Netflix now with no war factory. And Steve should be able to hold here and save his last war. JEEN saying to alt the war. Netflix is gonna go for the miner instead. Oh, it's his war. Never mind. I didn't see that. Looks like Netflix walked his engineer all the way into Luke's war. Once again, I didn't see that happen. The colors are really hard to tell here between teal and blue.
Ally is under attack.
But Luke now only left with an AFC, so he does have power drop. But the engine war will go down. It does get sold, so no production at all except for a barracks down for Netflix. The 2 IVs will take out Luke's last refinery. So it's all down to JEEN and Steve here. JEEN and Steve sounds like a really good, I don't know, a really shitty boy band name or duo name. JEEN and Steve. Top right now, Steve gonna pressure up on with the Eagles now. Harrier, sorry. So Netflix does have 2 IVs. He's gonna put Teslas in them. That's gonna be devastating actually. It's gonna do a lot of damage at Tesla IV. But Steve is gonna have to support Luke here. I think Luke is gonna... He doesn't have a refiner, so he can't mine for him. So he can't use them as fodder. He doesn't want to throw them away though.
Our ally is
Now
under
that
attack.
Netflix has 2 IVs, one of them veteran, he might get an elite and that will be broken. Absolutely broken for Steve. So I hope that does get pinged here by Steve or Luke pretty soon. There you go, double Teslas can do a lot of damage. So even more stuff for them to deal with. Steve does have 2 Rocketeers left. Oh, the drone desperately trying to get there. So with JEEN, the only bad thing with JEEN here is his eco is very limited. Does not have that much eco left. Luke doing a lot of damage, ship damage there on with the Harriers.
Beacon
And the
detected.
double IV. Oh, the drone gets into bottom right. Double IV still there. JEEN does have a service able to save it, but JEEN's eco is definitely limited. If he doesn't move his MCV here, he will not be able to sustain his eco, and now he's trying to move. Double IV down to 1 single IV. Not sure why Luke isn't. Yeah, Luke should be using the plane to take out those IVs, so Steve shouldn't really bother with it at all. And Steve should actually be bothering with Netflix now, who has moved towards middle, so his eco will be sustained a lot more here. IV still available. Steve panicking hard, yeah, he might be. There you go, Desso's finally out to deal with him. And now Luke can walk his paradrop to the middle. Oh no, bit of lag. Yeah, so I think the play definitely needs Steve to use his paradrop to his advantage. Use that cliff. Oh, that. Flag gun is there. Luke, get out. Both rockets go down. But I think he does deal with the IV. Yeah, IV does get dealt with. Steve and Luke should be using this paradrop together here to a huge advantage. JEEN is gonna deal with that paradrop. Steve can now go in down towards the bottom. Trying to hit those mines whenever he can. That Rev does get hit. Rev does go down. So that's gonna slow JEEN down a lot more now. He has to rebuild that refinery as well. That's a good play to distract them there. JEEN now pulling in the miners as a last minute. Last push here. Deso does deploy. Get him out of the way. It's gonna be huge here for JEEN. Let's see what they can go on with it. Deso's not there. Does go down. The paradrop does get destroyed immediately. Sentry guns are being deployed. Steve, can he hold up here with the miner fodder? War factory goes down. There is no second war factory. JEEN meanwhile does have a war factory, but he is broke. Deso's get deployed now. Again. Steve is out tanked here. He's gonna have to be careful along with that miner fodder. It's all down to here. If Steve or JEEN lose, they will lose it for his team here. Colonies do get spanned up, but they do get squished immediately. JEEN has to stay away from that barracks if he doesn't want to deal with it. Flag troopers comes out, why not? HV now being targeted. Steve now, minor fodder does go down. It's all down to the units they have on the field here. JEEN is gonna retreat once he had that MCV and war factory down. That was a really good play there from both players actually. Steve not being patient and didn't want to go in, and JEEN just waiting. Now the planes can do damage because JEEN isn't gonna go in and doesn't have any anti-air. So they could realistically just wait for the planes to take him out. see this. I didn't see this. JEEN rebuilt his MCV and it's gonna move to his bottom left. I was just checking to see whether Netflix still had anything. Now JEEN rebuilds his eco. And Luke does spot it.
Our ally is under attack.
They're gonna go for some sort of a trade here. It's all down to Luke whether he can get it out in time. I don't think he can. Steve needs to pull back and defend here. That's what Zuga spammed out. That's great. And JEEN will send his miner to deal with that paradrop. Steve now needs to go all the way to his bottom left. Now JEEN needs to pull back and defend. He's running away with his MCV. Sells everything. So the MCV is the only thing that's left here for JEEN. He's gonna mixing in with his army. Steve will just die for the MCV. That's the only thing left. Steve doesn't want to take any chances though. Is JEEN gonna send the MCV straight towards him? And Steve's gonna run away. Does deploy it, but oh man, this is tight. Steve does have the upper advantage here, so does Luke. He's still alive with that AFC. And he gives time for JEEN to rebuild their power here, so give another chance for a base trade. Luke should be communicating to Steve here. Luke does have vision of the entire base. It looks like he's gonna use his spider to get rid of that power there. Steve should go back. Steve should go back. Steve should pull back.
Player defeated.
There you go. Netflix goes down. JEEN's last building does go down as well. So the MCV is all that's left here down the right side. Will the Desert be enough to push Netflix back here? Lanes again doing a lot of damage. Steve desperately trying to find that MCV. He needs to realize that it's on the right side here. Luke, and down it goes. JEEN calls GG. And 3-2 is the score. It's a first 6, so we're gonna be here quite a while. Good luck, have fun indeed. So let's go. Steve and Luke down the left side and Netflix JEEN on the right. So again, Netflix taken to allied here like we saw in South Pacific. Let me just... Yep, Loves is right there. So that crazy match on cabins. Saw Steve actually playing really well. I think both Luke and Steve here. Definitely underdogs after getting hit 5-0 from Solovers and V-Dubs in the absolutely first match, their very first game there.
Beacon detected.
We're just sort of pulling it back now after being randomly drawn to for a second chance or for a third chance actually. They did play like absolute kings against Sean and Frank in their 2v2, but they did get eliminated either way. And in a random, absolutely random luck, they get chosen for another chance because Dean's Papa's team actually DQ'd.
Beacon detected.
So Steve going 2, Steve going 1, Luke, sorry. JEEN, my bad. JEEN going 1, Netflix. Let's go 1 as well. So Luke actually went 2. Steve went 1 as well. So Steve against JEEN up on the top. JEEN now as allied. No engineer so far. And Netflix is going Sove.
Our ally is under attack.
So no NG out of JEEN. Looks like Steve, Luke now with the air. Pressure up onto the Grizzlies down to JEEN. JEEN now move his MCV towards the second patch of gems in the middle. This is where I think the map might be slightly imbalanced here. Because right side can move towards middle. But left side will have to go towards here. Maybe the bridge should have been here instead of here. But who knows? Who knows? So Luke slowly best walking all the way towards the bottom. Steve is walking towards the top here. There is a chance for naval here, but I don't think any of them will go for naval. Too much of a commitment. And you don't want to lose your eco as well. 2 war factories, just the one for JEEN. Netflix don't have 2 war factories actually. Fire drop here going in. Netflix in trouble here. Luke, I think Luke outmatches Netflix quite a bit here. And that one mistake in tank control that will cost Netflix's entire army. But Luke does not fret here. He doesn't panic that much. So he shouldn't give Netflix some time. He should be going in. He's waiting for his paradrop to buy him some fodder here. It looks like the paradrop will come in, but the reinforcements from Netflix should be able to deal with that. Paradrop will come in and walk, try to hit that war factory along the way. Luke now getting his units in along with a good number of war factories here. JEEN and Steve still going at it. JEEN now grabbing all gems. Going to every single gem patch available. So again, JEEN definitely coming in with a plan here. He's not making it up as he goes. So a really good tactician here, JEEN. As we know,
Our ally is
Luke
under
now
attack.
trying to pressure up onto JEEN. Steve should be going in at the same time here. He's going to go for the MCV. And Netflix now an opportunity to go towards bottom left.
Our ally is
Luke
under
should be able to get an MCV out of the way. For the Rockies from Luke doing a lot of damage onto JEEN's army. The MCV does get sold. Steve splitting up his units
Our
there.
ally is under attack.
Netflix's units also get split up. And Luke does hold on.
Our ally is
Steve.
under attack.
He's gonna deal with Netflix here
Our ally is
very
under
easily. And both the push there from Netflix
Our
and JEEN
ally is
amazingly
under
well.
attack.
And the Rockies from Steve here, from Luke, sorry, taking out the refinery. JEEN now without a
Our
refinery.
ally is under attack.
That is huge here. Oops, a bit of a miscalculation there. That's really smart play from Luke to swap out immediately go on to JEEN, and then Steve sorry, just went on to the MCV, split up his units and was able to defend that split. Defend that with a split. In
Our ally is
comes
under attack.
Luke now going to finish off Netflix. There's a couple units remaining. Steve can just hold and defend against JEEN here. JEEN does not have anything left. In fact, Steve is actually splitting to deal with JEEN. JEEN goes down. JEEN calls GG. And the map right here not doing well for JEEN and Netflix. The score is 4-2-2. What a play from Luke and Steve there.